Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Amani Talks podcast. You're here with your host, Amani, on the podcast where we discuss our Christian based topics and deepening our relationship with the Lord. And we are still in Bali. Okay, so we are going to read Proverbs 22 and 23. We're going to read Proverbs 22 and 23 today to get back on track with our Proverb a Day series. We read through the chapter, we discuss our favorite verses and the wisdom that we can pull from them. We start our day with a little godly wisdom. Okay, and so good morning, lovelies. It is in Bali, I am 12 hours ahead of Atlanta time. So when it's 8 a.m. for you guys, it's like 8 p.m. for me. So I'm winding down, but you guys are just getting up. Let's start our day off with some Proverbs. All right, Proverbs 22. A good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor have this in common. The Lord is the maker of them all. A prudent man foresees evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Thorns and snares are in the way of the perverse. He who guards his soul will be far from them. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Yeah. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. He who sows iniquity will reap sorrow, and the rod of his anger will fail. He who has a generous eye will be blessed, for he gives of his bread to the poor. Cast out the scoffer, and contention will leave. Yes, strife and reproach will cease. He who loves purity of heart and has grace on his lips, the king will be his friend. The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, but he overthrows the words of the faithless. The lazy man says, "There is a lion outside. I shall be slain in the streets." The mouth of an immoral woman is a deep pit. He who is abhorred by the Lord will fall there. Foolishness is bound up in the heart of a child. The rod of correction will drive it far from him. We were just talking about that today. We're coming back to that verse. He who oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he who gives to the rich will surely come to poverty. Incline your ear and hear the words of the wise, and apply your heart to my knowledge. For it is a pleasant thing if you keep them within you. Let them all be fixed upon your lips, so that your trust may be in the Lord. I have instructed you today, even you. Have I not written to you excellent things of counsels and knowledge, that I may make you know the certainty of the words of truth, that you may answer words of truth to those who send to you? Do not rob the poor because he is poor, nor oppress the afflicted at the gate, for the Lord will plead their cause and plunder the soul of those who plunder them. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man do not go, lest you learn his ways and set a snare for your soul. Do not be one of those who shakes hands in a pledge, one of those who is surety for debts. If you have nothing with which to pay, why should he take away your bed from under you? Do not remove the ancient landmark which your fathers have set. Do you see a man who excels in his work? He will stand before kings, he will not stand before unknown men. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit here, so hopefully the rain holds off and the lighting is still good. We're going to get through this though, you guys. So Proverbs 22. Starting with Proverbs 22 verse 2, the rich and the poor have this in common. The Lord is the maker of them all. And that just reminds me that the Lord is no respecter of persons. He does not put the rich on a pedestal like we do. He does not give favoritism. We are all equal to him. And when I think about all his creation being equal to him and the way that he sees us and he loves us, it reminds me that I don't have to earn God's love. If I am equal, if we're all on an equal playing field, then there's nothing that I can do to boost myself up above anybody else. I don't have to earn God's love. God is love. He gives love. It's automatic for him. And for us, that's a foreign concept because as people, we're so used to earning love. We're used to earning respect. People say, oh, respect is earned. You know, we're used to earning everything that we do, everything that we have, we're used to having to work for it. With our parents, sometimes children have to work for their affection. For relationships, we have to go out of our way to be friendly, you know, stuff like that. And that is not a concept with the Lord. He doesn't love you more or love you less based on what you do. He doesn't love you more or less based on what you have or who you are. He has made us all to be equal And I like that reminder that the Lord is not looking down on us with favoritism. I cannot do anything to make the Lord love me more. He already does at full capacity. So when I am beating myself up and condemning myself for my sin and I'm feeling bad, and I think, oh, God is like looking down on me, he's angry, and he's like, what are you doing? And yada yada. That's not necessarily the way that God looks at us. He looks at us with love. Just think about the relationship between a child and a parent. The parent knows that the child is going to mess up at some point. Nobody is perfect. So when that child does mess up, the parent already knows. The parent is already prepared for that. The parent does not love that child any less. If anything, the parent wants the child to come closer, to tell them what's going on so that they can help them. That's how God sees us. We have to remember it's God the Father. He's our Father. And it is a parent-child relationship. What's in that tree? Okay. Yeah. There's nothing more that we can do to make God love us. I really do appreciate that reminder. And then also, 22 verse 6. I believe that this verse is in Proverbs. I think we read it before. I'm just seeing some verses get repeated a little bit. Unless y'all let me know. But I think verse 6 we read already. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. That definitely is a famous verse. I use that all the time. Because it just stands true. It's so true. It's so true. You train your child in the way that they should go in godliness, because really godliness is the only thing that this stands for, right? You make sure that your child is doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they have that home training, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. That reminds me of how, like, when we get older, and you start to see people live different lives and think about things differently and just do things differently. And this is around the time of like high school, when we start to really think for ourselves a little bit more and grow more of our personality. And you see like, dang, the common courtesy and common manners that my household had, you obviously didn't. Like your mom didn't train you the way that she trained me. I think high school is around that time that we start to see that divide between like whose parent was actually parenting and whose parent was just trying to be their friend. You can clearly see it around that high school time. And that just reminds me of this, like, you train your child in the way they will go, and when we're older, high school, college, and beyond, you see the fruit of that. You definitely do. All right, let's finish up today with reading Proverbs 23. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Do not overwork to be rich because of your own understanding. Cease. Will you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. The morsel you have eaten, you will vomit up and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Do not remove the ancient landmark, nor enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is mighty. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction and your ears to words of knowledge. Do not withhold correction from a child, for you will beat him with a rod. For if you beat him with a rod, he will not die. You shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. We were just talking about this, disciplining your kids. No one wants to discipline their kids anymore. Nobody wants to give that quick spanking anymore. Gentle parenting is out. Bring the rods back in. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will rejoice. Indeed, I myself. Yes, my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak right things. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Do not mix with wine bibbers or with gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man with rags. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and do not sell it, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who begets a wise child, will delight in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and a seductress is a narrow well. She also lies in wait as for a victim, and increases the unfaithful among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaints? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger long at the wine, those who go in search of mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it swirls around smoothly. At the last it bites like a serpent, and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your heart will utter perverse things. Yes, you will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, or like one who lies at the top of the mast, saying, They have struck me, but I was not hurt. They have beaten me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake, that I may seek another drink? Wow. So I already had a verse highlighted here, and that's Proverbs 23, verses 17 and 18. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off. I want to just discuss that one verse because that's a verse I haven't highlighted already. It got me through tough times in the beginning of my Christian walk. Well, I guess in the beginning of me coming back to my Christian walk last year. To me, it just seemed like all the things that I counted as fun for so many years when I was walking away from the Lord. You know, when I was out of church for 6 years. You know, we talked about that before. Drinking, I always thought it was fun. Going out, it was fun for a little while. You know, the club scene kind of gets old, but just going out in general it's fun. Dating the way that you want to date, it's fun. Gossiping is fun. Making think pieces on TikTok, it's fun. There are so many things that I genuinely counted as fun before I came back to really surrender my whole life to the Lord. And so when I had to cut all those things off, I was like, will I ever have fun again? And I looked at people, old friends, you know, just people that I used to go out with, people, whatever. I looked at the world and I was like, man, they're having fun and I'm not. And I really got scared with that thought because I was thinking, will my Christian life ever be fun? Will I ever have fun in the way that I used to have fun? Is there any Christian alternative to the fun that the world used to give me? And I quickly came to realize, no, it's different. A Christian life is different. Is it fun? Yes. Am I having fun in Bali? Yes, I am. And that's something that I had to learn slowly all of 2024. And when I thought about just the way that people in the world, it just seemed like I said, it seemed like they were having fun. It seemed like making money was easy for them. It just seemed like people in the world just had it easy. And I genuinely asked, I had this conversation with a friend. I was like, what do Christians gain on earth? Right? We know what we gain in heaven. We know that. But the time that we have on this earth, are we having fun? Genuinely. Like, what are we genuinely gaining on earth? In this verse, when it talks about, do not let your hearts envy sinners. That's what I was doing, y'all. I was sad about losing out on fun because I'm looking at the world, you know, sinners. And I'm like, they're having so much fun and I'm not. I can't go and shake my butt on a yacht anymore. You know, I can't go and get a little tipsy and dance on tables anymore. And I'm like, that's fun to me. But I got this reminder, do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter and your hope will not be cut off. This verse was just a really good reminder for me to not envy the world. My life is different. My fun is different. My opportunities are different. My relationships are different. Everything is different. The Bible talks about when you are in Christ, you are a new creature, not the same creature doing something different, a totally new, it's a metamorphosis. A caterpillar and a butterfly look nothing alike. And I have to embrace the new life that I have. And once I learn to stop looking for the world's alternative of fun and just realize I need to be doing something completely different, y'all, ever since I fully grasped that concept of not envying what they have but just making something new for me, my life has been totally, it's a different outlook. It's just been 100% different. It's just been I mean, y'all see where I'm at, you know, like it's been a totally different concept. I mean, if I would have lived like the world's coming to this trip on, you know, to Bali, I'd be getting ready to go out right now. But instead, I got up early. I did everything during the day. You guys are going to see the vlog. I might have to make the vlog 2 parts because we are doing so much on this Christian girls trip, and I just totally appreciate the women that are here with me. You know, it's just such a different, like, just to know where I was last year or even the year before that this time and where I am now. I remember, you guys know, like I talked about that Ibiza trip when I was, you know, back when I had those friends, and I was miserable on that Ibiza trip because everybody was partying and drinking and da-da-da-da, and I was the only one that couldn't do that. And I was like, bruh, like, is this what my life is going to be, watching everybody else have fun? And now the Lord is restoring my opportunities, and now I'm in Bali with Christian women who don't care to go out. No one's drinking. We're at dinner and we're talking about God. We're praying before dinner. We're talking about different topics in the car. And we're having fun, like we are genuinely having fun. So the Lord will restore your opportunities. He will renew your mindset if you let him. It works if you work it, okay? And I just love Proverbs 23, 17 and 18 for reminding me of that. Do not let your hearts envy sinners, because it talks about us having a hereafter, but also on this earth, we can have fun. That's possible. Okay, I'm going to close it out here, you guys, because it's getting pretty dark. I don't even know if you guys can see me anymore. I hope you can still hear me. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will be doing Proverbs 24 tomorrow, or I guess on the 24th. You'll get it. Okay. Bye, you guys. Love you, and I'll talk to you later.